Today's simple song around is called One Bottle of Pop. I will sing it to you all the way from top to bottom one time, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it into 3 different sections. Now, while I am singing this song for the first time for you, from the top to bottom, I want you to try to see if you can figure out where each of those sections start and end. Now, when I'm done with that, that is when I will go ahead and I will break them into their 3 parts, and I will sing them in their 3 parts 4 times for you. And then after that, once the video is over, if this is your first time seeing this video, I would like to challenge you to sing the One Bottle of Pop section by yourself. If this is your second time seeing this video, I'm going to challenge you to do the same thing. You're going to sing the first part, which is the One Bottle of Pop section by yourself. And I'd like to challenge you to do the second section, which is Don't Throw Your Junk in My Backyard. If this is the third time you've heard this video, I would like for you to try each of the 3 parts. One Bottle of Pop, Don't Throw Your Junk in My Backyard, and the Fish and Chips. All right, here I go from top to bottom. Oops, there we go. 1 bottle of pop, 2 bottles of pop, 3 bottles of pop, 4 bottles of pop, 5 bottles of pop, 6 bottles of pop, 7 bottles of pop. Don't throw your junk in my backyard, my backyard, my backyard. Don't throw your junk in my backyard's full. Fish and chips and vinegar, vinegar, vinegar. Fish and chips and vinegar, pepper, 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 salt. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and break down those parts for you. Now the first part I'm going to sing for you is the 1 bottle of pop. I'm going to sing it for you 4 times. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions in between those 4 times, and then we'll move on to the second part. Here I go. 1 bottle of pop, 2 bottles of pop, 3 bottles of pop, 4 bottles of pop, 5 bottles of pop, 6 bottles of pop, 7 bottles of pop. Real quick question. How many bottles of pop did I get up to? So I started with 1 and I worked my way up to what number? You said 7. You are correct. Here I go again. Second time. 1 bottle of pop, 2 bottles of pop, 3 bottles of pop, 4 bottles of pop, 5 bottles of pop, 6 bottles of pop, 7 bottles of pop. This time, I want you to answer this question. How many times, or which number I should say, did I sing twice? If you said 7, you're correct. I did say 7 2 times. The rest of the numbers I only say once. Here I go, third time. 1 bottle of pop, 2 bottles of pop, 3 bottles of pop, 4 bottles of pop, 5 bottles of pop, 6 bottles of pop, 7 bottles of pop. Now here's my next question. And I'll tell you a little bit about it. There's actually 2 notes in this section. You have this note and then you have this note, and that is it. Which 2 numbers got the lower note? Which 2 numbers did I sing with the lower note? If you said 3 as one of those numbers, you are correct. And if you said the number 7 as one of those numbers, you are also correct. Last time for 1 bottle of pop, and then I'll move on to the next section. Here I go. 1 bottle of pop, 2 bottles of pop, 3 bottles of pop, 4 bottles of pop, 5 bottles of pop, 6 bottles of pop, 7 bottles of pop. Now that was section 1. Section 2, Don't Throw Your Junk in My Backyard, goes like this. This one I am just going to sing for you 4 times straight through. Here I go. Don't throw your junk in my backyard, my backyard, my backyard. Don't throw your junk in my backyard's full. Don't throw your junk in my backyard, my backyard, my backyard. Don't throw your junk in my backyard's full. Don't throw your junk in my backyard, my backyard, my backyard. Don't throw your junk in my backyard's full. Don't throw your junk in my backyard, my backyard, my backyard. Don't throw your junk in my backyard's full. So that was section 2. Now, moving on to section 3, the fish and chips part. Once again, I'm going to ask a couple of different questions. Actually, no, I'll just talk about it beforehand. Fish and chips is a dish that is very popular in Great Britain. And fish and chips are, it's fish, fried fish, and the chips aren't chips like we think of them as. It's actually French fries. So what we call French fries here in the United States, they call chips over in Great Britain. So it's fried breaded fish with some French fries. And vinegar is usually the side that they'll put on those. And then they will season it with pepper and salt. So that kind of explains this section for you. 4 times through, and then that is all that I have for you. Here I go. Fish and chips and vinegar, vinegar, vinegar. Fish and chips and vinegar, pepper, 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 salt. Fish and chips and vinegar, vinegar, vinegar. Fish and chips and vinegar, pepper, 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 salt. Fish and chips and vinegar, vinegar, vinegar. Fish and chips and vinegar, pepper, 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 salt. Fish and chips and vinegar, vinegar, vinegar. Fish and chips and vinegar, pepper, 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 salt. Now that I've broken those 3 parts down for you, I know I said that we'd end the video right here, but I think that it would be really helpful for you to hear it one more time from top to bottom. Here I go. 1 bottle of pop, 2 bottles of pop, 3 bottles of pop, 4 bottles of pop, 5 bottles of pop, 6 bottles of pop, 7 bottles of pop. Don't throw your junk in my backyard, my backyard, my backyard. Don't throw your junk in my backyard's full. Fish and chips and vinegar, vinegar, vinegar. Fish and chips and vinegar, pepper, 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 salt.